Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Daily Read with Jeff Kikel here on Exit Rich Retire Free. And today is August 11th, 2026, and we are off to the races again today. It's been a kind of an interesting morning. Usually I record these early in the morning, but I actually got a little bit busy and it was worthwhile because we started the markets off mixed and they pulled back a little bit later on in the day. If you remember what I told you yesterday, the market was holding its breath before tomorrow's big inflation number. Today it stopped holding its breath and it did something a little bit bolder right out of the gate. It went out and bought the exact stocks that win if the Fed cuts rates. So the market placed its bet a full day before it gets turned over. So Regime Lab today shows a genuine rotation. Money left the crowded corners, the big AI, the software names that have led all year, and flowed into home builders, chip stocks, defense, and industrials. Home builders and chips both jumped around 2%. And here's the encouraging part. The one gauge that actually got better today was breadth. So not breadth, but breadth of the market. It got broader. For weeks, this market leaned on a handful of names. Today, the load spread out. It happened on friendlier news, too. The standoff with Iran looks to be de-escalating, according to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who's been involved in these negotiations. But make no mistake about what this rotation is. It's a bet on tomorrow's inflation number that it comes in tame, and that allows the Fed to actually lower rates going forward. So, why would money pour into home builders and cyclicals the day before an inflation report? Because those are the purest rate cut plays on the board. Home builders live and die on mortgage rates. Cyclicals and small companies need cheap borrowing to grow. When traders crowd into those names ahead of the number, they're voting. Betting the report will be soft enough to let the Fed start cutting. And remember, we came off a really horrible jobs number last Friday with adjustments for the last 3 months down. The genuinely healthy signal here is that broadening that we talked about. Before this, the market was carried by five stocks and was very fragile. Today, that stopped being carried by five stocks. The catch is real. The whole tape is now leaning hard in one direction into a coin flip event. So, what does it mean for you? Two things, and they pull opposite ways. First, the good news is real. The market broadens out in a stronger than one balancing. It's broadened out into a stronger market and rather than being balanced by just a few names. And today it broadened. Second, when everyone leans the same way into an event, a surprise cuts hard against the crowd. A hot inflation number tomorrow would catch the market that had just bet the other way. So enjoy the healthier tape for now, but don't mistake a confident looking rotation for a known answer. So tomorrow, 8:30 a.m., the inflation report. The number to beat is around 3.4%. Come in at or below, and today's rotation looks brilliant. The rate cut bet pays. Come in hot, and there's a twist. The same home builders and cyclicals that led today get hit first and hardest because they price the cut in. And keep half an eye on oil, still creeping up near $82, still the quiet risk to the whole inflation story. So, just quickly taking a look at our summary for today. The market voted early. Our confidence is still medium. Once again, we're not one direction leaning or another. Risk is still elevated, and that risk of a negative print, meaning that inflation is higher tomorrow, is a definite risk to the market. CPI 830, does the rate cut bet pay tomorrow, or does it get smacked the other direction? And bottom line, a confident rotation into rate cut winners one day before the count. So it's interesting that the market is betting on that going into tomorrow. All right, folks, thank you for joining us today. I do these shows every day specifically to help you make some decisions in your own portfolios. And remember, this is for education, not investment advice. But if you need to talk through your own plan, you know where to find me. So thanks, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning.